What up, dude bros? I'm Frank. This is a video review of the Nerf Modulus Ghost Ops Evader. The Ghost Ops series is a new sub-series of the Modulus series, which is all painted clear, like the Evader. And the Evader blaster is a flywheel-powered, magazine-fed, semi-automatic blaster that's, I'm gonna repeat it, painted clear. How cool is that? And even has built-in green LEDs. Fancy. The Evader will retail for $39.99 or about $40 US and will launch in fall of 2018. Hasbro's nice enough to send me this early sample to get the review out as quickly as possible, so let's get into it. Included is the blaster itself, 12-round magazine, the barrel, mag well that comes detached, darts, instructions, and demo batteries, which I recommend replacing. The mag well needs to be installed when you receive the blaster, and it's not designed to be removable, but installation is a snap. Pun intended. So let's get into the external overview of the Evader, starting up at the front. It includes a snazzy clear barrel extension, but you can remove that, which exposes the in-strike attachment lug, so you can put on any other barrel extension you'd like. Above that, sling attachment point. Down here is the front trigger, which activates the LEDs. When you press this trigger, the green LEDs are turned on the inside. It's a momentary switch, not a toggle on-off switch, so when you take your finger off the trigger, the lights turn off. On the side of the blaster, we have a tactical rail, and up top we have yet another tack rail, and underneath we even have a tack rail. Now this one really impresses me. You can put a scope down there for Aussie invert mode, for the down under hunting, or anything else. I just like the option. Tack rails are awesome. Moving to the side of the blaster, we have an access door. This is a pretty standard access door by now. So if you have a jam or malfunction, you can open that up, get your finger in there, and clear out any crummy darts. Through my testing procedure, I did not experience any jams or malfunctions with the Evader. On the other side, we have the mag well. This is kind of like the Raider or the Rampage. It's just a side mount horizontal mag. To remove the mag, you push the button here and then pull, which is really easy to do with your thumb when you go to take out the mag like that. The included magazine is a 12-round stick mag that they have painted clear. It's just like all the other 12-round stick mags though. And of course the mag well is compatible with all in-strike mags, so you can use whatever mags you'd like. Moving back to the trigger, this is a semi-automatic blaster, so it's very much like the Strife. It's not like the Rapid Strike or the Hyperfire. Those are fully automatic, and this one uses the same mechanical system as the Strife, pretty much. I do want to note the smoothness of this trigger mechanism is actually way better than the Strife. It doesn't have that annoying dart lock that the newer generation Strifes do, so the trigger mechanism when you press it on the Evader feels very smooth. I like it. And below the main trigger is the rev trigger. Of course, it's a flywheel-powered blaster, so you have to rev the blaster before you fire. And up on the top and the bottom of the blaster are more sling attachment points, so you can configure your sling rig however you want. All these options, all these tactics, bro. Yeah. To the grip, this is an oversized, bulky grip that I like because I have a larger hand. And I'd have to say this is the only thumbhole stock that I put my hand in that wasn't like noticeably annoying to my wrist like most thumbhole stocks are. I don't even know if this would be classified as technically a thumbhole stock because that is a gaping hole. In a good way though. It's comfortable. It doesn't restrict the wrist movement. Overall, using this blaster is pretty easy and comfortable. And over here we have the battery tray. The Evader won't function without batteries because of course it's a flywheel-powered blaster. To get to those, you remove the single screw, take off the battery cover, and install 4 AA alkaline batteries. Then replace the plate and reinsert the screw and you're set to go. The Evader comes with demo batteries already installed, so if you're in the store, you can press the little button to make the lights glow. But I tested the blaster on my Chrono with the included demo batteries and fresh batteries and yielded much better performance out of new ones, so I would definitely recommend replacing the batteries right when you buy the blaster. For optimal performance, the lights still glow in the same cute way with no change. And in the all the way back, we have a stock attachment point that's compatible with any in-strike stocks. However, the orientation of the stock attachment point is a little irregular. I'm not complaining, I'm glad they gave you the option, but I just want to point it out if you're trying to prep your combo. If you use a long stock or the stock length that fits you on normal blasters, you're going to want to downsize because relative to where your hand is resting on the pistol grip, this stock attachment point is much further back than a normal blaster where the stock attachment point is directly above where your wrist is sitting. So when you attach a stock, this feels way too long. The good news, the Retaliator stock isn't totally useless now. It fits well with this built-in stock extension thing. So this stock length feels nice for me. Finally, a reason to have these stocks. So those are the externals of the Evader. Operation is very similar to any other semi-auto flywheel blaster, like a Strife. Put in your batteries, load up your bag, put in your mag, hold down the rev trigger, and pew pew. Let's see the blaster out on the range. Using blue elite darts instead of white Modulus darts for video visibility. A little faster now. Testing some waffle head darts. Using the evader is tons of fun and exactly what you should expect out of any semi-auto flywheel blaster. It's very similar to a Strife. And through my testing procedure, I did not have any jams or malfunctions, so overall performance, solid. I put the evader up on my chronograph and achieved an average velocity of 77 feet per second, which is a little above the Elite par, which is nice to see. Worth noting, with the included demo batteries, I only got an average of 70 feet per second, which isn't bad, but I would recommend throwing in fresh batteries if you buy the evader. So overall opinion on the evader, it shoots a little harder than standard Nerf blasters on the market. It has all these tactics, bro. Stock attachment, barrel attachment, tack rail, more tack rails everywhere. I mean, it's flywheel master race, no jams or malfunctions, it works well. It's pretty much a Strife with an inverted mag, pretty LEDs, and they've painted it clear. I freaking love this blaster, bro. I know it's not true, but I totally feel like the Nerf engineers just watched all my reviews over the last few years and were like, hey, how can we just shut them up so we can't complain about anything? Let's build this. And this is a collection of all of my complaints about other blasters. I love it when they paint things clear, flywheel master race. I love all the tactics, even the bottom one. Like, most people are never going to use that, but that's not the point. It's the available option to use it if you need it. I don't know, a cool tack laser under here, take a plane ride to Australia to flip up invert mode so you can put a scope under there, whatever, it's just cool. Even the LEDs look cool, and I honestly didn't think I was going to like them. Side note, I chronoed it while holding down that button, and I still achieved the same average of 77 feet per second, which is nice to see that those LEDs aren't drawing enough current from the flywheels to negatively affect performance. So overall, totally love the evader. Honestly, I don't have any complaints, which is weird. Horizontal mags aren't my style, but a vertical mag would be impossible on a blaster like this because of the really cool SMG type of bottom end they have down here. And when you turn the LEDs on, you can see that the front barrel lights up, and it's really cool. When you take this off, there's this little micro switch that this barrel attachment strikes right here, which disables the front LEDs that are sitting inside the muzzle. So unless you have that barrel attachment on, these LEDs don't turn on. So it's like modular. So it's like, hey, I'm not going to shine light out there unless there's a barrel attachment to accept the light, which is just super cool. And it'd be really complicated and difficult for consumers to follow, but I think it'd be really cool if you could buy like cool attachments that you click on to activate certain micro switch to give your blaster certain perks or whatever. I mean, that would be a potential with a micro switch system like this. So if you buy the long range barrel, you turn this on, which drives more current to your flywheels to ramp up your performance. That would make your long barrel legitimately increase your range and maybe accuracy. How cool would that be? Again, kind of unrealistic, but it would be cool. The potential is there with this micro switch system. The overall ergonomics and balance of the blaster are also fantastic. It feels very different than something like a Strife, but I don't even know that I'd personally run a stock on this. This feels like a different class, very much like it's locked into the SMG class, just kind of at that medium size. Because with a stock, it feels a little strange. It's just not really like a classic blaster, but to fire it from the hip like this, it just feels right at home. So to restate overall opinion, super positive. I absolutely love the evader. It might be, okay, can't be my new favorite blaster. I still love the Strife. Maybe my second favorite, maybe, don't know. I mean, don't make me choose. I'll just dual wield, bro. Yeah, don't have to choose. I like them both. Pew pew. I'm really excited for the future of the Ghost Stop series. I love it when they paint stuff clear. I just think it looks super cool. I love being able to watch the trigger mechanism move. And if you've never opened a Nerf blaster, you can see how your Nerf blaster is working without opening it and maybe not assembling it correctly. Particularly with this trigger lock down here. If you've ever pulled the trigger and you're like, why isn't it feeling the same way? You can physically see this mechanical lock. And in this blaster's case, it prevents you from pressing the primary trigger unless you're revving at the same time. And that prevents you jamming the blaster because you shouldn't be shoving a dart into the flywheels unless the flywheels are spinning. And they even went out of the way to make all of the wiring white and gray, as opposed to the blue and red in most of their wiring harnesses. And it just adds to the cosmetics of the blaster. I think it looks just beautiful. That's not a word I'd often use, beautiful, for Nerf blaster. But come on, look at it. You can't disagree. I mean, I guess you could disagree, but I could also shoot you in the face if you disagree. Better than average firing performance, no jams or malfunctions, awesome ergonomics and feel, all these tactics. Why would you not buy this blaster? And that's not even rhetorical. If you don't like the evader and you do like the Strife because it's so comparable, let me know why in the comment section. I personally love them both, and I gravitate towards things that are painted clear just because of the tactics. I mean, look at it. But if you see the evader and you're like, nah, I'm just gonna stick with my Strife, let me know why. This comment request does not apply to Retaliator users or the other Springers, because that's a very different argument based on propulsion. The Strife and the evader are so similar. I wanna know what you guys think of this new blaster. But that concludes my review of the Ghost Ops evader. Hopefully I've provided all the information you need to make that purchase decision for yourself. Hasbro is nice enough to send me this early sample before its release. When it does come out, I'll be sure to add a purchase link in the description box below. That's it for this video review, bros. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, stay tactical.
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.